I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with Josh Reese.
How is it going today? And you know what? Because I've been experiencing different ways on how to open up the podcast. I think I have a new way to open up the podcast. So here we go. Andrew, did you know that the Munchkins in The Wizard of Oz were actually paid less than Toto the dog? According to Stephen Cox, the author of The Munchkins of Oz, in 1989, he wrote that the Munchkins were paid $50 per week, while Toto the dog made $125 a week.
Well, it's one dog.
And the Munchkins were never mentioned in the credits.
It's one dog versus a bunch of Munchkins, right?
But they valued the Munchkins less than one dog.
Look, we don't need this downer stuff right now.
It's a trivia fact for the
this
people.
This is our first show in December. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I'm trying to bring the show down because it's a dark show. It's a dark show today.
No, it's not. We saw a kick-ass Christmas movie.
It got dark.
It did not.
Very dark.
Yeah, because it was nighttime, but it was a kick-ass Santa Claus fucking up some people.
Whoa,
it was everything.
Spoiler alert.
I saw the trailer. Shut the fuck up. It was everything I expected it to be. Violent Night was an excellent Christmas movie for adults.
Yeah, for adults.
I'm pretty sure my 10-year-old son would love it as well, though.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
It's a movie I'm gonna have to show him someday. Someday soon. It wasn't. I mean, it really wasn't that graphic.
What?
I mean, Josh kept covering his fucking eyes like a baby.
I had to know. I do that. I did that at least 4 times.
Josh,
there were some graphic deaths.
Let me tell you right now.
Sure.
It was a lot more than 4 times. It was like every 4 minutes you were doing that.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was like,
it was not that bad.
I was like, is he just fucking with me right now?
No, some of the deaths are super gory, and I was like, oh no, Mike.
No, they really weren't.
They were.
Most of the movie is like in the dark, so you don't really see the gore. That's how they cover it up.
I knew it was coming. That's why I had to close the eyes. I didn't want to see it. My brain can't comprehend it.
Such a baby.
But it's okay. Outside from that, the movie was great.
One of the ushers came and they were like, "Sir, are you sure that your son should watch this?"
And I was like, "Yes."
I said,
I'm over 18.
He's 40. What are you talking about,
I'm not
sir?
40. Getting there. I'm not 40 though.
We're gonna have a huge birthday bash for your 40th.
Well, thank God I don't celebrate birthdays.
When is it?
Just like Christmas.
You're 38, right?
No.
You're 39?
No.
You're 43?
No, I'm
50?
I'm 37.
Good. And your birthday is this month, right?
It could be.
So you're turning 38.
I will be turning 38 eventually.
Eventually?
Yeah.
What day is it again? I always forget. I'll find out, Josh.
Good luck finding out. I don't have that listed anywhere.
I've known it. I've known it before. I've gotten it out of you.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
In 2 years, we're gonna have an epic Josh Reese 40th birthday bash. And if he still has not gotten laid, he's gonna get laid that night.
Hey, things are trending positively. Okay,
Josh, I will give you 2 years. I will give you 2 more years to get laid.
I'm close to the deal this year.
If you don't, on your 40th birthday, you will not have any choices. It will straight up be like 40-year-old virgin. You will be forced into having sex. If it's the last thing I do.
That's your last thing on earth?
Yes. You will get laid.
That's how you're going out?
Look, 2 years is a long time. Most people just need 2 weeks. Sure. But 2 years is a long time.
Sure, I believe you. Yeah.
You got 2 years, buddy. Can we shake on it right now?
It's going to happen this year.
Can we shake on? Okay, then you're confident. You can agree to it.
I'm confident. Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, okay.
Good luck figuring out when my birthday is, though.
Well, we'll figure it out. I'll call your mom or something.
Sure, she'll tell you.
She will.
No one in my family celebrates birthdays, so I doubt she'll tell you.
Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah, well, it's just the way we are. We don't celebrate Christmas either.
Yeah,
Just
you're
like
the fucking
character in the show.
You're movie. You're literally John Leguizamo in this fucking movie.
Hey, that's racist, sir.
Shut up, please. John Leguizamo is always bitching about that shit.
I will admit, we'll get into it in the movie, but his story did tug at my heartstrings just a little bit. I was like, I did have a similar.
All right.
experience.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
You know what? It's a villain that you can be on the same page with.
You can relate to.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I related with this villain.
Yeah, you sure did. All right, we're going to talk about Violent Night later. First, we have to cover, and there's a lot. We have to cover the news and rumors, aka the Hollywood hogwash. Man, there was a lot of trailers this past week.
That there was.
We had the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer drop last week. I thought maybe it was going to take a while, but it came out right after the fucking holiday special.
Go figure, right?
So how about that?
I guess when we should have thought about it was Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, they're going to have a little bit of a teaser right afterwards.
I was thinking maybe that was possible, but then I was like, yeah, I don't know if they're going to do it before Ant-Man, but they sure did.
Right.
And I'm glad, it looks really good. You could check out our trailer reaction. You could watch the trailer with us on our YouTube channel at Hollywood Hog Pod, or you could watch it on our TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod.
Very true.
Make sure you follow us or subscribe to either one or both. Do both, please. But yeah, we saw Baby Rocket.
Baby Rocket.
We're gonna find his origin story.
We got to see Adam Warlock too.
That's right. Yeah.
Still trying.
I love how colorful these movies are.
Yes.
Like I love color. Like so one thing I don't know, like in my neighborhood, every house looks the same. Like in every neighborhood, it's like, wouldn't it be cool if like that house was blue and that house was like purple or that house was orange? Some like
right.
I like color in my life, and I love how colorful these movies are.
They are very nice and they're very beautiful, especially the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested in learning a little bit more about Adam Warlock. He's a character that we haven't seen in the universe yet, and it'll be interesting seeing his story.
And that actor's really good. Will Petro or something like that.
Sure.
He was in Meet the Millers. Or We're the Millers? We're the Millers.
Yeah. The one with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Crap. I can't think of his name either.
What?
The character's name.
Yeah, he was funny in that movie. We're the Millers was underrated, man.
Yeah.
Remember when I saw it, I was like, this movie's hilarious. But yeah, watch our trailer reaction on TikTok or YouTube at Hollywood Hog Pod. So James Gunn has revealed that his plan for DC is not to be like Marvel, but to be more like Star Wars. And it's in the sense that no, hold on. It's in the sense that like the MCU, every movie is basically like a TV show.
Okay.
Where it's like you have to see the last one to understand the next one, pretty much.
Okay.
I think like what he meant about Star Wars is that like how they're doing Star Wars now, where it's a bunch of different stories that don't necessarily have to connect. They're their own story. You know what I mean? Like they could they could just be enjoyed on their own.
That makes
like
more
it's
sense.
like you can't watch Endgame if you didn't see Infinity War.
I thought what you meant was like this is gonna be just like Luke Skywalker and all them other guys. And I was
no.
oh no. I was like, we had that. I was like, I'm kind of looking for something a little bit new. And what Star Wars is doing, like you mentioned, is good. Like the Andor series is really, really good. And it's like totally, it still fits inside the Star Wars universe, but it has nothing to do with any of the Luke and Leia bullshit.
We might do a special Andor episode this month. I still haven't watched it, but I plan on watching it soon, and we could do a series review.
We should
at some point.
But I think it's like 16 episodes long, so you got a ways to go.
Is it really that long?
I think it's 12, 16 episodes. I'm only like
12 is a lot different than
5
16.
episodes in, And, still, it's
I know a lot
really
of our
good.
fans want us to talk about it.
We will get to it. And guys, it's really good. Like it's one of the best dramas I've seen this year for sure. It's not on, Better Call Saul level, but
Well, sure.
it's way better than She-Hulk.
Well, what isn't, Josh?
I know there's a big bar. There's a big variation
that's a
there.
big bar for She-Hulk. I told you not to fucking mention that show anymore. I hate that it exists.
And it's canon. It's canon.
My brain does a good job of like blocking out horrible memories.
Mm-hmm.
And She-Hulk is one of them, Josh. So I don't appreciate that you bring it up every once in a while.
We just have to remember it because if the bad things happen,
They ruined
is
Daredevil.
when we forget.
That's the worst part is they ruined Daredevil.
When we forget, that's when bad things happen.
Which means she's probably going to be on his show. Ugh. All right. Gunn also said that the upcoming DC games will be connected to the DCEU.
I did see that, which is interesting. I wonder if he is also including. Wasn't there a Suicide Squad game?
Yes.
Where they were going to kill Superman.
Where the objective is to kill an evil Superman.
That's amazing.
I mean, that should just be the next Suicide Squad movie.
Should be, for sure.
I mean, I can't wait to play this fucking game. I hope it's good.
But I find like it would be hard to connect them, right?
Sure.
I mean, there's so many different games out there.
Maybe he means like going forward because that one was planned before he took over, right?
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to have like a little bit tighter fist over what games are getting developed going forward and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, you can't just make a game willy-nilly.
And it's not like they all have to be connected.
Sure. The Arkham Knights might finally start, man, a little bit.
Do not get me excited for that. My God. Oh my God, those games are so good.
An Arkham movie,
those games
that
alone
would be great.
I mean, that's the thing. Those games are just as good as a movie.
Sure.
Because they're that fucking great. Gunn also tweeted an illustration from a famous graphic novel called Kingdom Come that features Superman reassembling the Justice League. So that's getting fans really excited.
I will say, because I've been following James Gunn on Twitter and stuff like that, and he's been pretty active, sharing like different cartoon strips and stuff like that, getting people teased and interested.
Well, because you would think
DC.
that the Justice League does need to be reassembled.
Well, yes.
Because is Ben Affleck going to return? Maybe Ben Affleck will. I mean, he's going to be in the Flash movie whenever that comes out. Probably never. But like, maybe James Gunn coming back also gets Ben Affleck excited, just like Henry Cavill, right?
I don't know if we need Ben Affleck excited.
I don't either, but
yes,
I think
I
Ben
agree with
Affleck could be good if you do the Batman character correctly.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
it's not Ben Affleck's fault that Zack Snyder doesn't fucking know who Batman is or what he stands for. The exact opposite of murder.
Right.
Which is what Batman is all for in Zack Snyder's movies. God damn it.
No, I
Stupid
mean, like,
fuck.
there is nothing but good possibilities with James Gunn
course.
now at the hand of DC. I'm excited about a potential Green Lantern coming to the big screen. That's not a complete goof like when Ryan Reynolds
They
did
should
it.
get Ryan Reynolds.
No.
Well, again, it wasn't his fault that shit sucked.
Gal Gadot, the third Wonder Woman movie probably will have a little bit of a closer eye from James Gunn. So
He's like,
maybe-
oh, here's the script, James Gunn. Okay, there's the shredder. Yeah, I'll have my draft this Friday. Yeah,
I'll have my assistant get in touch with you.
right.
You're fired.
Yeah. Gunn also. I mean, we know some of the Justice League has to be reassembled because the Flash, obviously,
For sure.
that's obvious. And look, I think Jason Momoa could be like that. Could be good too. Like he's talented. He looks great, but that Aquaman movie sucked ass.
Sure.
And this next one probably will too.
Yeah. This was before.
But you have
James
the
Gunn.
talent there. You have talented actors and actresses. Gal Gadot is great. So if you actually have someone that knows what they're doing, like James Gunn, then there is hope.
I know. And if there's like any way to get these people a little bit more fired up to do their work than what they were doing before, I'm all for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Gunn also tweeted the first poster for the Blue Beetle movie,
Oh, I did see
which
that.
is coming out next year. Now, admittedly, I have no idea what Blue Beetle is.
That's a Mexican superhero. I believe he's like a Mexican Iron Man.
It says Latino teenager who gets superpowers from an alien beetle.
Maybe not like
So not like Iron Man.
This
This will be DC's first Latino-led superhero film. George Lopez is also in the film.
No.
He plays, I think, in small doses,
He plays Blue Beetle's father.
his uncle. He plays the lead character's uncle, his crazy uncle. Lopez also posted the image of the poster on Instagram, and James Gunn commented, "Wait till people see how good you are in this, George."
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
George Lopez.
He's
it's not
had
like
a downfall.
It's not like he's never been funny. He used to.
Yeah.
It's just they brought his stupid sitcom back that was corny as fuck.
Yes. Very much so.
So George Lopez also said on the Brian Scott podcast, "I think Batman is in our movie."
I think.
That's what he said.
Oh, Lord.
So I think that's one of those like fake leaks, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to say that, but you obviously were supposed to say that. But we don't know which Batman. What if you kill off Ben Affleck and we get Michael Keaton leading the Justice League? And it's like, but you're 80. And he's like, yeah, but would you rather not have me? And it's like, yeah, we'd rather have you.
Of course, this hasn't been mentioned from James Gunn or anybody else, but with Michael Keaton as Batman right now, being as old he is, you know, eventually we could get like a Batman Beyond type of thing where, you know, there's a younger Batman and then you have Bruce Wayne, which is Michael Keaton leading, you know, and
but
you know have a Terry McGinnis. That would be great.
No one's ever cared to do Batman Beyond in any other form
like that than animation.
I think people care more about Robin than they do.
Which is weird. I never really liked Robin. Nightwing? Sure. An older Robin?
Yeah, of course. That's what I mean. Nightwing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you meant as like Robin, Tim Drake, or
no,
what was the other one? Damian. I can't remember what Damian's name was. Damian Wayne. That was Bruce Wayne's son.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Damian
Well,
Wayne.
there's been a shit ton of Robins.
There has.
You know, even Christopher Nolan created his own.
That's the movie we never got. That would have been fun.
His name was actually Robin. His real name was Robin.
Wow.
Look, I love those movies. They're not perfect.
Sure.
I like that name, Robin. It's still the greatest trilogy ever, and we're going to cover it one of these days on here.
We sure will.
Speaking of other trailers, we got the Indiana Jones 5 trailer.
And we did get to see de-aged Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
A little bit interesting.
I mean,
He looked
like
shiny.
it looked good CGI. It wasn't bad.
He was very smooth skinned.
You know, I'm not the big Indiana Jones fan. This trailer didn't really do much for me, but Phoebe Waller-Bridge plays Indiana's goddaughter. And again, I've been telling Josh for months to watch Fleabag.
All right.
So I'm kind of interested because I like her, but
how's she going to be funny in a?
I'm sure they're gonna try, but I don't know who's writing this movie, and we'll see.
I was kind of disappointed when I saw the trailer. Not that I was expecting to see a Nazi.
Shia LaBeouf.
Well, no, a Nazi in space.
A space Nazi?
But I was hoping to see like maybe an evil German somewhere. Or...
Hopefully they just do one scene where they just murder Shia LaBeouf, you know? Because they have to explain why he's not in it, right?
You would think
Wasn't he? He was in the last one. He was Indiana Jones' son, right?
Mm-hmm. Indy's son.
And now he's just not in it because Shia LaBeouf went crazy like Ezra Miller.
Yeah. Less crazy.
Less crazy.
But, yeah, equally.
Yeah, release date is June 30th. What is it called again? Indiana Jones and
the Secret Scroll?
No.
It's
Why did you say it? That's nothing. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That is nothing. That is nothing like the secret.
So close.
The Secret Scroll.
I was close.
That's not close.
I was within the ballpark.
No, you weren't. We also got a trailer for Cocaine Bear.
this has the potential to be the most amazing movie in 2023.
Hey, no. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes,
we have
movie looks
Ant-Man and
amazing.
Guardians.
This movie looks like it's amazing. I want to see Cocaine Bear.
It looks like it could be like a fun, like a movie that you could laugh at. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is fucking terrible. You know, one of those.
So it's inspired by a real story.
It's based on a true story that didn't happen. It's
Yeah,
one of those.
No, I don't think it's hopefully not as bad as Amsterdam.
Well, pretty much. Do you want to know the true story? I looked it up.
I looked it up too.
Oh, you looked it up too?
It's amazing.
The true story happened in 1985, where a 175-pound black bear died of a cocaine overdose. The cocaine was dropped from a plane piloted by Andrew Thornton, a convicted drug smuggler who died because he was carrying too heavy a load while parachuting. So he parachuted out of the plane with the cocaine,
to his death.
but cocaine was too heavy. And then the fucking bear got to it, did all the cocaine, and then died of a cocaine overdose.
But it looks so funny. Like there's a moment in the trailer where the bear like ingests a brick of cocaine and he falls on a guy.
Yeah.
And like the sheriff or whatever's like, oh, that guy's fucked.
Right. But in real life, this cocaine bear didn't kill anyone. He just did the
Himself.
cocaine and died,
Himself.
which is the more realistic. Yeah.
It's more realistic.
Also, this is one of Ray Liotta's last films. I feel so bad.
Oh, so you're going to
Ray
be watching
Liotta-
this with a special.
Ray
pull in your
Liotta
heart.
is in the greatest movie. He's the star of the greatest movie of all time, Goodfellas. And now he's in one of his last movies.
Cocaine Bear.
It's one of the worst movies.
Hey, he's going out on a ride.
Did you see who directed this?
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, some of the cast is kind of crazy.
So
out
weird.
there.
Which she fell out of favor after her Charlie's Angels reboot, where she said that
That's
it didn't do well
right.
because men are sexist. And it's like, yeah, but the women didn't go see it either. Which is so dumb because everyone saw the first two Charlie's Angels. They were hits.
Right.
So that was such a dumb thing for her to say.
Well, I don't think she's going to have a problem with people seeing this one. I mean, who doesn't want to see
Well,
a bear high on cocaine?
It's a low budget movie. It's going to do like, I would guess 8 million, which I'm sure this movie only cost $500,000.
That doesn't say.
I mean,
Apparently
I'm
it's-
sure half the budget was just Ray Liotta fee,
Maybe so.
which
Maybe
is
so.
just strange. You don't need Ray Liotta for a movie like this.
So this comes out in February 24th,
Yeah,
just past Valentine's Day.
exactly. It's a
Wow.
perfect post-Valentine's Day.
Yeah. What a great way to wrap up Valentine's Day.
Yeah. We also had a new Mario trailer. We heard Luigi's voice, more of Bowser and Toad and Mario, but still no Donkey Kong voice. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I want to hear Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
I'm sure you could do
That's
it
what
just...
I've been so excited for, like, since they announced the cast.
Go on, give me a quick Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Well,
read.
what's something Donkey Kong would say?
Hey Diddy, let's hang out. On Murray.
Diddy, let's smoke some weed.
I don't think he'll say that in the movie, but that's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not a big Mario fan, and it's just a movie for kids. So they showed them, doing Mario Kart, and at the end, it's like, at the end, he goes, woohoo! And it's just like he's barely even trying.
No, this is the least.
Woohoo!
This is the least Mario of a Mario movie, right? Of a Mario character.
Well, he did.
Hey, it's me, Mario.
It's confused. It's confusing because in the trailer, half the time he just sounds like Chris Pratt. And the other half, it's like he's trying to sound like classic Mario. So I don't understand why you would go back and forth. Italians are not going to be offended. It's a fucking cartoon. When do Italians ever complain about anything? Give me a break.
That's a good question.
In The Simpsons, they had to... Hank Azaria couldn't do Apu anymore.
Oh,
right?
that's right.
But did they complain that, the Italian chef was racist or anything like that? because that's a stereotype. I mean, The Simpsons, the whole show is a stereotype.
It is a stereotype.
Homer Simpson is your stereotypical lazy white American. I mean, like, that's what the show represents.
Hey, that's offensive to me. I'm lazy and I'm American.
Yeah, me too.
Not
I
white,
feel a lot like Homer some days. Most days. Every day.
Well, while we're on video games, there is a slight Sonic the Hedgehog 3 update.
Okay.
So apparently, two of the writers were on with did an interview with ScreenRant.com and said it's going to be a wild threequel. Pat Casey and Josh Miller both had some quotes. Josh Miller said, "Spoiler alert, it's going to be crazy." Pat Casey said, "Sonic 3 is looking good. That's one spoilerific thing I'll say. It's going to be great."
It's not a spoiler at all.
Looking forward to it. So where we left off was they gave us a tease of Shadow the Hedgehog. You know,
Is Shadow good or evil?
evil.
Okay.
That was like the Metal Sonic. Remember
That was when
the
I stopped.
mid-credit?
Well, no, he's not Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic was a robot.
Was he not Metal Sonic? Maybe it wasn't. It was the mid-credit scene.
Yeah, Shadow.
Shadow.
That's when I stopped, like...
Playing.
That's when I stopped playing and got, like, once they introduced, like, 10 other hedgehogs, it's like, all right, that's
Yeah.
too many.
The world's getting too big.
Yeah.
But I do kind of wonder because, Jim Carrey technically was killed off. So do we see
He wasn't,
Dr. Robotnik?
He wasn't killed off. They did it in case Jim Carrey retires, like he said he's retired.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing is,
Maybe.
how can you can't do this movie without him.
It would be a big hole to fill because then you just have more time for the humans, and the humans are the ones that suck in this movie.
Well, he was a human, but he was the only good one.
Yeah. What the fuck was his
Sonic's
dad and
parents.
mom? Yeah. They
were
were
the
two
worst.
most terrible people in the movie.
What the fuck was that wedding scene? Why did we have a 15-minute wedding scene that had nothing to do with Sonic?
Well, the good news is, in Sonic 3, I guess there's not going to be a wedding, hopefully. So maybe we can avoid
But they'll find something else for those
20
idiots
minutes.
to do. But the point is, what everyone says is the best part of these movies is Jim Carrey, because he's just Ace Venturaing it up in both of these movies.
Him and Sonic. Sonic was fun.
Yes, Sonic is fun, and so is Tails and Knuckles, but like Jim Carrey as the villain is what made the movie.
He's great. His little assistant, he was kind of funny too.
If he doesn't come back, it's going to be tough.
Maybe the assistant takes
You'd
over.
at least have to get some sort of comedic actor to play a different role or something.
Jerry Seinfeld.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You said comedic actor.
Sonic. No.
I was just saying, threw out a random name.
What movies has... you stupid ass.
I was thinking of a random movie or a random comedian. Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
You should not work in Hollywood.
Well,
This is as far as you'll get. Anything else with the Sonic stuff?
that's all I got for Sonic.
Well, we got a trailer for the Boys spin-off show, Gen V.
If you
A
like
lot
The
of
Boys, this is The Boys, but college years.
Yes, I'm interested.
It does look interesting. We saw A-Train, and we saw
Ashley.
Ashley. I don't know if is this going to be a prequel. Maybe is that what this is?
I don't think so.
Because isn't A-Train dead?
No, I don't think so.
I thought he died.
No, he didn't die.
Didn't die.
No.
Oh yeah, he got whose heart did he get?
No spoilers.
It's,
Well, you already spoiled it.
No one knows who
you
it
fucking
is.
ruined it.
well, I think
It doesn't matter. Look, listen.
There's no spoilers. Everyone's watched Boys.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
No, I don't think it has to be a prequel or anything.
But it looked interesting. There's a
Yes, it
puppet
did.
that apparently has powers.
A
now.
murderous puppet.
Dark.
Is the puppet just a college student, or does someone control the puppet?
Maybe he turns into a puppet. I don't know. There was a scene where I thought he was having sex that looked a little bit graphic.
Well, I really liked the cartoon.
Cartoon was good.
What was that called?
Diabolical. Boys Diabolical.
Yeah, I really like Diabolical. Especially the high school episode with all the rejects. So this could be something like that, except they're in college now. Maybe we'll even see
It's
some
live action.
Maybe we'll even see some of the characters from that episode.
Was it one of them
Because
a
now they're in college.
boombox?
One was a boombox.
A boombox person?
That could only play Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, that's
That was their superpower.
Oh man, it wasn't Mark Wahlberg. Who was the baby that his superpower was just explaining things?
I don't remember.
So funny. His only superpower was that he could narrate things.
Right.
It was very funny.
Someone with a deep voice, I think.
Yeah. Really good. So the trailer was short. It was only like a minute long, but dear God, you saw a lot of killing, a lot of war, and it was pretty graphic.
Also, Amazon revealed that Simon Pegg will be returning as Huey's dad in season 4 of The Boys. Also, actress Rosemarie DeWitt will play Huey's mother.
Who's Rosemarie?
I looked her up. She's really not anything. She hasn't really been in anything I've seen.
Okay.
I don't think she's that well known.
Because we've never seen Huey's mom. Per the story, Huey's mom left him and Huey's dad. Because I guess Huey's dad was
Is that what they said?
Was a weakling or something like that. I can't remember.
They said that on one of the episodes?
I don't know if it was because he was a weakling, but she left them.
Yeah.
So
we also have Susan Hayward as Sister Sage, Valerie Curry as Firecracker, and don't forget.
Oh, I haven't forgotten.
Negan himself, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Playing Negan.
Well, we don't know what he's playing yet.
He has to be a bad guy. When has Jeffrey Dean Morgan played a good guy, except for current episodes of The Walking Dead? But I mean, he's a bad guy in everything he plays.
Yes.
Or he could just revise his role as the comedian. That would be fine. I wouldn't mind that.
Reprise, but yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I just like that they haven't told us. That means it's got to be something good.
Yeah. Really looking forward to it.
I'm excited.
We still don't have an update on Invincible Season 2, which I'm kind of annoyed about. I thought we were going to get it this year, but Amazon released their what's coming out in December, and it wasn't on. So obviously, it's not coming out this year.
We would know. You know,
I know.
It's not like it would be a 1 week thing. Like, it's coming out in a week.
We haven't even got that trailer.
It'll come out next year. Don't worry.
Come on, guys. Come on. We've waited a whole year.
Yeah. Also, the rumors. So moving on, the rumors of Modok in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania,
All right.
have been confirmed. He's going to be in it.
Right.
This is because Funko revealed the MODOK pop. So that's how that got spoiled.
Right. And
Which, obviously they did it on purpose. I don't really know much about this character.
Mm-hmm.
I've just seen drawings of him.
There's a slight TV show on Hulu about it, but it's more of a spoof than anything.
He's just like a lunatic.
Well,
that got made fun of.
He's a man that I think turned himself into a computer.
A machine, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just a killing machine.
What is it? It stands for like machine only capable of death or killing, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be cool to see him and on the big screen. Patton Oswalt plays him on the
cartoon.
On the cartoon.
Mental, mobile, mechanized organism designed only for killing, which that's pretty hilarious. But yeah. The pop basically looks the same as the original character.
Sure. And they have to do this stuff because I remember people were freaking out when there were toys of Grogu that came out before Grogu actually was in The Mandalorian. So it was kind of spoiled. Yeah. But that's just how this stuff works. I mean, if they want to have toys out for the show, they have to have this shit done months in advance. So
they do it on purpose. But they don't have to reveal it, though. That's the point. They revealed it on purpose.
Yeah, they revealed it. But there could have been leaks and stuff like that.
Also, Disney announced that season 3 of Mandalorian will premiere on Disney Plus on March 1st.
Okay.
Which if you might be thinking like, wait, I thought we already had season 3 of Mandalorian. Wasn't? Oh, that's right. It was Book of Boba Fett. Right.
It's technically season 2.5.
Sure. But again, I am a little worried about where this show can go from here. I'm excited to see it return.
Right. But like, what else can Mando do other than like, continue teaching Grogu the way of the way?
Well, yeah, but he's not a Mandalorian anymore either.
But he's gonna get back to being Mandalorian.
No, he's not.
He's
That was
still-
the whole point.
He wears his hat all the time.
Yeah, sure. He still wears the fucking thing, but he's not one anymore.
He's one in just the heart.
He got excommunicated. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they like. Is someone still going to be trying to kill Grogu or kidnap him? Because I mean, like you figured it out at the end of season 2. Go live with Luke.
Yep.
And then Luke was like, they make a choice.
You can be good, or you can go hang out with your homie.
You want to be with Daddy?
And he's like, homie, please.
Daddy, I want Daddy.
And it would have been bitching to see him in the chainmail with a lightsaber, but I guess we're just not going to.
Yeah, why can't he have both? Why you got to be such assholes?
Luke. This is why there's only like 3 Jedi, Luke. Jesus.
Oh yeah, because he killed them all.
Wow, that too.
Because they also didn't understand what the character of Luke Skywalker was. Yeah. Oh, he's a murdering maniac. Wow.
Well, his father was.
But then he was.
Yeah.
Stupid. Also, and this was funny to me. Antonio Banderas did an interview with comicbook.com where he said, if they called me to do Zorro, I would do what Anthony Hopkins did for me, which is to pass the torch. So who does Banderas want to pass the torch to?
I don't know. Who?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland does everything, I guess. He's like
I don't think people are going to be... I don't think that's going to be acceptable.
Well, it'll be interesting
I don't think
for
he's
sure.
Hispanic at all.
Maybe he'll play a Spaniard.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I think he's just kissing Tom Holland's ass because he was in that fucking shitty movie with him.
Crap. What was that?
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Oof, that was worst. When we do our end of the year stuff, Uncharted's definitely got to be one of the worst movies we've seen this year. One of them.
Yeah, I think there's far worse though. I bet. You have anything else?
I did have 2 quick things. Nobody 2 is aiming to start filming next year. In an interview with Collider, Nobody producer Kelly McCormick said, we hope to make it next year, so fingers crossed. So our theory is you don't need to make a good sequel just to make a sequel. We need to make a great sequel.
And it's Bob Odenkirk, right? He's coming back.
Oh, they haven't said he's coming back, but I mean,
Well, how do you
imagine.
make this movie? Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
I don't know what the story could be for a second one because he seemed to kind of close everything up. But I guess it'd just be a new bad guy trying to come after him and his family.
Yeah, I mean, look, the John Wick movies are all the same, but they're great.
That's true. Right. And Bob Odenkirk, he sure played the hell of a action hero in this movie.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
So did Christopher Lloyd. Even Christopher Lloyd was good.
Oh, shit. That's right. Yeah, that was his dad.
Yeah.
Killed a bunch of baddies at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
So the last thing I have is that I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, but the old man from Squid Games.
Squid Games.
Squid Games. Well,
Squid Game.
that's what I've been saying.
No, don't put an S at the end.
Well, anyways,
The S is at the beginning for squid. Squid Game.
Squid Games.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
I'm not hearing it. Anyways, was he number 1 or was he number 300?
He was number 1.
Number 1. We'll just say number 1. Number 1 might be a perv. So apparently the 70-year-old actor was indicted on a charge of sexual misconduct, according to AFP, a French website. This was the quote. This is what was said. The women originally filed a complaint against number 1. That's not his actual name. In December 2021, while the case was closed by the police this past April, it was reopened after the alleged victim asked for the investigation furthered. The investigation to be furthered.
Yeah.
So this was a quote from number 1 to a Korean news broadcaster. I just held her hand to guide her the way around the lake.
What?
I just held her hand to guide her the way around the lake. The way around the lake. I wouldn't. She said she wouldn't make a fuss about it, but it didn't mean that I admit the charges.
Josh,
What?
you didn't even speak English for this entire story.
That is what I'm reading word for word.
No.
Yes.
No.
Word for word.
No.
I just held
She
her
wanted the
hand.
investigation furthered?
Yes, further.
No. Good Lord. I don't even know what you're saying with this story.
Right here. Here's the quote.
Yeah, but I feel like you missed something major.
What did I miss? He said that he was holding her hand. Apparently, she didn't want her hand to be held.
So he just walked up to a woman on a lake and grabbed her?
And walked her around the lake, holding her hand. Sounds a little bit creepy. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see if I leave this in the show. I don't know.
I'm reading you what it says, word for word.
No, you did not.
Word for word.
No, you
Word
like
for
flubbed
word.
every word.
Again, I
read
just
every
held her
word wrong.
hand to guide her, guide the way around the lake. One told Korean news broadcaster, Jesus. You're making me flub my words, Andrew. You're making me flub my words. Exactly. This is how I feel.
Just hold for editing, okay? Wow, I can't wait for Nobody to. Yep, that sounds great. All right, let's talk Violent Night. This is why we're here.
Yes, it is.
Santa Claus kicking ass. Everyone loves Santa Claus. Everyone wants Santa Claus to be real,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, no, but whatever.
Yeah, of course. Of course you do. Stop being a Grinch.
This was a combination between Home Alone and Die Hard and Die Hard 2. So, I mean, if you like any one of those movies, this movie's right up your alley.
It was very die-hardy.
Very Die Hardy.
I mean, the part where he's like later in the movie where Santa's on the walkie-talkie and he's telling John Leguizamo that all of his men are dead. I mean, that's Die Hard with a vengeance.
For sure. When the military rolled up, the parent hit squad that was coming to save the family, but ended up turning on them, that's Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, someone just wrote down, was like, you know what? I love all these movies. How's there a way to fit all of them into one? Aha, I got it. Violent Night.
Yeah.
And Shazam. David Harbour as an action hero.
He's great.
He is.
I mean, we knew he could do it once he was Red Guardian in the Black Widow movie.
I kind of wish that
best
we
part.
got to see more of this backstory of how he became Santa Claus.
That was good. I loved it.
There's only like, what, 2 scenes? Or did I miss one where I went to the bathroom?
What?
Did I miss a scene of...
No.
So it was only like 2 scenes. I wanted more.
I just like that he had a different life before he became Santa Claus. Before he was chosen to become Santa Claus.
How was he chosen? That's what I wanted to know.
That's not important. If they do a sequel, which they very well could, we could find out.
Yeah. Now I'm invested in a sequel. I want to know how I became Kris Kringle from a Viking Norse god.
Yeah.
Which apparently he was.
Oh, yeah. He was an evil fuck. Look, this movie was just great from start to finish.
Yeah.
Even the first scene when he's in the bar and he doesn't even hide the fact that he's Santa. You know? And then when he flies away, the bartender sees him flying away and then he throws up all over her.
And then intro credits.
She was like, "It's Santa." And then all over her. And then, yeah.
And she still looked amazed.
Right.
Which I guess you would be if Santa threw up on you.
Of course. Yeah, you would still be amazed.
Still be amazed.
One of my favorite characters, they brought the daughter from Righteous Gemstones, and she's basically the same exact character.
Well, their
Same
name,
exact character.
Their last name is what was it? The Stones?
It was something Stones, yeah. So it was very.
Like, this is exactly
this family is very similar to the Righteous Gemstones.
Right. They're hoarding money.
But like she says stuff that she would say in that show, like "What up, limp dick?"
I know.
And like kiss me in front of my son.
It was so great. Well, you know what's funny? Her husband was like a hotter version of the husband that she has in Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, it's just a boyfriend in this movie, but yeah.
Oh, boyfriend. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very funny. His scene later in the movie when he escapes was amazing. He yells out, "Parkour!"
Parkour. Yeah. My God, Beverly D'Angelo. She is an alien.
Wow. I mean,
That is a lot of plastic surgery.
well, for sure.
Holy shit.
And it was just,
This is what young actresses should look at when they think about getting plastic surgery. And then it's like, here's a picture of Beverly D'Angelo at 70 years old. Is this what you want to look like one day? Is this what you want to look like? Holy shit.
well,
If she died tomorrow, I would not be surprised. I'm serious. She
that's
looks
dark.
awful.
I mean, not only that, her character was kind of,
She's just like,
her character was forced.
I mean, there's no face there. She doesn't even have a face.
She doesn't have a face. But I never really liked her character. It was really pretty annoying. And I don't know. I didn't really felt like she
Well, you're not
serviced-
supposed to like her character.
Well, I thought there was.
I feel like they gave her too big of a moment at the end, for sure, but we'll talk about that later.
For sure.
I like that Santa's, when he's dropping off presents, he's annoyed because it's mostly Amazon packages.
Amazon
under
packages.
the tree. They're not even wrapped. They're
Cash.
just Amazon, yeah, and then
Or
cash and
video
the stockings.
games.
The kids' wish list is cash, 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 cash.
Video game.
Video game.
All the way at the bottom.
Yeah. But yeah, then
The Lightstones. That's what they were.
the Lightstones. So the daughter's son, who's like this asshole teenager, he's like, "Oh, grandma, your Wi-Fi sucks dick." You know, like he was fine. He was not great or anything, but you know, we saw the trailer. It's obviously rated R, but you have like this false sense of security for the movie until John Leguizamo shows up and just straight up shoots the guard in the head,
Right.
and you're like, "Oh shit."
It just
That's
got
right.
real. This
Oh,
is
that's
rated
right.
R.
It's rated R.
That's
It's a violent movie for sure.
You know, because the only rated R parts at the beginning of that was Beverly D'Angelo just like, "Oh, you cocksucker, you senator, you know, go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
You know, it's just dirty language and stuff like that. Nothing too tragic.
Yeah.
You know, and then the murdering part. I did feel for the little girl. All she wanted for Christmas was her family to get back together. It was
Yeah.
kind of sad. You know, obviously the mom and dad were split. You know,
Yeah, but you knew what was going to happen.
I know, but it was kind of cool. The
little girl was great.
little girl was great. The dad went down to get her a special toy radio, which would end up playing a big role.
Oh,
in
it
the
was
movie
brilliant.
later.
It was
That was
brilliant.
kind of neat. A neat little idea. I'm gonna go get my daughter this so I can secretly listen to what she wants for Christmas.
Yeah.
Ends up being one of the big things in the movie. It was a walkie-talkie.
Let's talk about Beverly D'Angelo's security team. Those two idiots that were with her to protect her. When John Leguizamo walks in and they're like, "Hey, who's this fucking guy?" And they're like, "Oh, they have guns." Beverly D'Angelo's two
right.
guys have guns. And instead of just shooting John Leguizamo, they charge him and he just shoots them both.
Well, you know,
You had the drop on him.
they didn't know he was a bad guy.
I think they knew he was a bad guy. And
It
then
was
he
pretty
says,
stupid.
"Bah humbug, motherfucker."
Oh, this was great. Like all the bad guys were candy cane, or not candy cane, like peppermint candy,
Yeah.
rum or whatever. They all had like weird candy nicknames that were familiar with Christmas.
Yeah.
It was really kind of funny.
But then we get to first action scene with Santa. He's fighting one of the bad guys and he shoots the ceiling and it scares the reindeer and they're fucking gone. He's like, "No, don't leave me here." But Santa ends up pushing that first guy out the window and he gets impaled by a decoration. One of my favorite things about this movie is how all of these plastic decorations in this movie are like, they're like metal. Like if you fell out the
right.
window in real life, you wouldn't go through that thing. But like, I love that this movie, because then Santa
It was
fights.
pretty sharp.
What's the next guy? He fucking throws the Christmas star.
Oh,
It
right.
goes through goes through that guy's face.
Not only that, he plugs it in and then electrocutes.
Electrocutes the guy to death. Yeah.
It was terrifying. That was the
was
first time I
awesome.
closed my eyes. I was very graphic.
But yeah, there was a lot of, I love how like just sweet this movie is as well. We go from like brutal murder scene to like Santa's gonna leave, but he sees the little girl and he's like, "Ah, fuck, I gotta, I love kids, so I gotta save the kids." He's like, God damn it.
Is that when he checked his nice list, or did he check it later?
I think it was later.
Okay. Well, thank God he didn't look at that kid, the boy first.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's on the naughty list.
Right.
Fuck this family.
Yeah. But like Santa, he's reaching in his bag to get weapons, but it's just like a bunch of video games mostly.
Oh, that was great. I think it was the fight scene with the other guy we stuck the star in.
Yeah.
He kept on punching into the bag and bringing out a new toy.
Yeah.
That was great.
But most of them were not helpful, obviously.
Most of them were not.
But a loaded sock of billiard balls ain't bad. That'll work.
That will work.
And then he electrocutes the guy to death. And then he's talking with the little girl, Trudy, while the guy's face is on fire. That was great. And Santa knows Trudy's on the nice list because she invited a weird kid to her birthday party. That was on when he looks at the nice list. It says like she's sweet to everyone. She's this. One of them said she invited a weird kid to her birthday party.
Well, thank
I kind of want to go
God for
back
that.
and read all that because I didn't get to see all of John Leguizamo's like.
Oh, why he was on the bad list?
Because one of his was killed his best friend, and so I want to see some of the other ones.
Interesting.
But yeah, so they're about to crack. They get a nutcracker and they break one of the dad's fingers, but then they're literally about to just like destroy one of his balls.
He finds an even bigger nutcracker.
Yes, a legit nutcracker. But his daughter warns the bad guys about Santa. And then the dad tells Trudy that Santa isn't real, and the sister's boyfriend is like, "Really?" He can't believe it.
It was funny because that's how this movie had like some sweet moments. Like,
Yeah.
That's where it was like all like sad moment right there. Like, oh, Santa's really not real. Like, we had to break it to this girl.
Yeah. And then we see Santa like sewing his wounds, and he uses wrapping paper to stop the bleeding. That was funny. And then Santa also remembers the letters that Trudy wrote him and what he got her in past Christmases.
Right.
Just showing like, yep, this is a legit Santa. He knows everything.
He knows everything, naughty and nice.
And she asks like, can you, get my parents back together? And he was like, I wish I had that power. Me and Mrs. Claus and I are going on year 1100. But he says he still loves her and all that. So it was just sweet moments. And that's where we get like Santa's backstory, like, and he's telling Trudy, what was the hammer called? Skull breaker?
Skull crusher.
Skull crusher. And he's like, yeah, we'll just line up 3 heads in a row.
And he's telling all this like violent, gory shit to this little 10-year-old.
Yeah, but she's into it. From what we see later,
She was.
So the bad guys tie Santa up and they're skeptical of his magical bag. They throw it in the fire. They destroy it. And then John Leguizamo, this is where we get his backstory, or Jimmy.
And he has a really
Shits
sad
on Christmas.
backstory. Really sad.
He's bitter because one year, was it his grandfather?
His dad lost his job. So, he got jealous because the guys across the street had Christmas and he didn't have Christmas.
Yeah.
So then just fuck Christmas. And then he went over to steal the presents from the neighbor, but he scared the
An old man,
grandfather.
yeah.
And the grandfather had a heart attack or fell down the stairs or something like that.
Fell down the stairs and died.
Yeah. So that just.
And he said they all said I pushed him.
Yeah. But maybe I did push him.
So the fact that this is you, like you are John Leguizamo in this movie.
It's not the exact same.
Tell us what happened. Tell us your sad Christmas story.
So there was.
Or if it's too sad, then don't do it.
No, it's not too sad. It's just it's a Christmas story that made me realize like, why am I celebrating this Christmas thing? It's dumb. So I used to get geeked out for Christmas all the time.
Oh boy.
And I have an uncle who's a rich uncle, and I came to expect like really good presents all the time. And then one year I didn't get a present, and I was just like, and then I just realized I was like, why do I expect people to get me a gift? I was like, I shouldn't expect a present from him, my parents, girlfriend, or anybody. I shouldn't be expecting things. You know, it's just dumb. I shouldn't put expectations on other people. So ever since then, I was probably, 16, something like that? Ever since then, I just was like, fuck Christmas. I don't give two flying fucks about it.
Okay. So to recap, you were 16 years old.
Yeah.
And the reason why you hate Christmas is because when you were 16, I didn't get a present from my rich uncle.
No.
That's a spoiled brat is what that is.
No.
You're a brat. I don't like Christmas because my uncle didn't give me a present.
No, it just made me realize like Christmas is materialistic, and I was being a spoiled brat, thinking that I was entitled to a gift. Fuck that. Why am I special?
So stupid.
No, like seriously.
Didn't you learn your lesson? You're John Leguizamo, stupid.
I didn't kill anybody. I didn't kill anybody.
Did you kill your uncle?
No, but seriously.
Jackass.
No, like I enjoy Christmas as a time to get together and to be around family and people that you love.
Do you get family members any
John
presents?
Leguizamo probably doesn't enjoy that part of Christmas, but no, I do not celebrate the materialistic version.
Do you get your mom a present?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I do.
Yes,
not.
you do.
I don't get anybody gifts.
Okay, so let's say you have children one day.
They will not know what Christmas is.
You're a piece of shit.
What? Why would I want them to celebrate a materialistic holiday? The same reason they're not.
All holidays are materialistic.
Exactly, which is why I don't celebrate birthdays either. Andrew, this podcast took a dark turn.
You're a fucking
also,
grumpy
fuck
ass.
Easter. Fuck Easter.
Your wife is going to want to celebrate Christmas, so you better be on board, stupid, because I doubt she's going to be as miserable as you.
We're not miserable. We'll still enjoy the holiday aspect of Christmas. But to experience the gift giving and all that stuff, that's bullshit. I can buy my own presents. I don't need someone else to buy me things.
You're so sad.
Not sad.
I'm going to have to, you know what I think it'll take?
What?
Is if I get you a killer Christmas present this year. And I think I'm going to do it.
I'm not going to celebrate.
I think I'm going to do it. And then Josh will be back. It'll be just like the movies.
So then I gotta get you a fucking gift for Christmas present?
No.
I don't do it.
No, don't worry about me. No. But I'm gonna get you a killer Christmas present.
No.
And you're gonna be like, oh, Andrew, I do love Christmas. And it's gonna be like the end of every Christmas movie.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Good luck. Good luck. Just like John Leguizamo, my heart is stone cold.
Maybe like a blow up Nia Jax doll.
Okay.
Oh my God, I love it.
Maybe we're talking now.
Bust a nut. Yay.
No, I'm not as dark as him.
All right, back to this.
I still celebrate family. And I celebrate cheer.
Okay.
But fuck Christmas gifts.
You're so.
Give me a gift card or cash.
Stupid ass. Back to this fucking movie. I like when Santa was tied up and he's telling all the bad guys their names. He's like, "Oh, come on, Bjorn," and then he's telling the woman, bad guy, bad girl, Candy Cane. He's like, "You made your brother eat worms. That's naughty."
How do they know this?
Because they're all bitter towards Christmas.
John Leguizamo still is having a hard time at this moment, thinking this is actual Santa Claus.
No, he doesn't buy it.
At some point, you just have to kind of accept that maybe this is a situation that is above your pay grade.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this really is Santa.
John Leguizamo or Jimmy is about to shoot Santa in the head, but then the room starts snowing because the little girl is dropping styrofoam through the vent. And they're like, "Oh my God, wow, it's a miracle." But then Jimmy's like, "No, it's fucking styrofoam, God damn it."
He was a smart bad guy. His plan was pretty good.
Was it though?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, if you didn't have Santa, it would have went along fine. Then that's where the actor boyfriend knocks out one of the bad guys. And then he parkours out of the house.
He says parkour.
He does.
They're like, "Oh, he's coming to save us," and he just keeps on escaping out the room.
He jumps out the window like Josh Reese, like after half a fucking beer.
That's right.
Then the extraction
on the first floor as well.
The extraction team shows up, but they're in on it. They're with the bad guys, and they shoot the boyfriend dead.
Mm-hmm.
Then the bad guys open the vault because that's what they're there for, to steal Beverly D'Angelo's $300 million that the government gave to her to give to some other countries.
Yeah, to give to them so they could keep oil pipelines open.
Something like that.
But before we get to that, remember, I can't remember, what was his name? One of the bad guys was forcing them to give out Christmas presents. He's like, y'all guys might never have a Christmas again, so give out your Christmas presents. So then like the boyfriend, gave out what was it, a spec for a script that he wrote or something.
Well, yeah, he wanted her to invest in his shitty movie. And then that's when the son gave her a gift, a giant bottle. Well, it was supposed to be
liquor.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
we find out what it's supposed to be later. She was supposed to open it the next morning, and he was going to be gone.
Right.
He was taking all of her money.
Right.
Which begs the question: how did he know the combination? Because it's not like she would give it to him.
Oh, that's right.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they open the vault. It's empty. Santa finds a sledgehammer like the one he used to use, and that's when he just starts bashing skulls while sucking on a candy cane.
He killed so many military members.
But just like how everything in this movie is a weapon, he was stabbing them to death with the candy cane.
He was.
Maybe that's just
Ice
Santa's
skates, candy cane.
Maybe that's just the magic of Santa. He can make anything deadly.
Hey, Christmas magic. He doesn't know how it works.
He doesn't know.
It just works.
He also stabbed them with ice skates. You know, that legit works. Cut one guy's head off.
He's bam, and the guy's body falls, but the head stays above the skates. That was pretty graphic.
There was one guy waiting outside. And he saw Santa come out. He was like, "Jesus Christ!" And Santa's like, "Nope, just jolly old Saint Nick." And he puts a grenade down his pants, and then he starts to walk away. And he's like, "No, I like to watch." And he watches the guy blow up. And he's always like, "Oh God,
oh, that was too much even for me." That was great.
Yeah. So then we have little Trudy. Earlier in the movie, we found out she watched Home Alone. It's her favorite movie now, which, of course, any kid that watches that movie.
I think you might have to readjust. If that's your favorite movie as a kid, like, you know, maybe if like your son likes Home Alone, you might have to be worried. He's going to start putting nails.
You didn't like Home Alone as a kid?
I did.
It was every kid's favorite movie.
Maybe I have to be worried about myself now. Why didn't I put staples everywhere?
So Trudy lays some Home Alone booby traps, but these are much more gruesome than the Home Alone movies. Oh, that was so fucking great. Oh. She put the nail, and that one guy was like, "Yeah, they're only booby traps if you hide them." But then she like broke the wood, so when he steps on it, his chin goes through the nail.
Oh, that was so
Or the nail goes
nasty.
through his chin.
That's so
was
nasty.
awesome.
He's sitting there talking like, "Rah, rah, rah," and the nails through his mouth. Oh God. And then the German girl, Candy Cane, she climbs up above him and uses his head as a step.
Then Trudy's like shooting bowling balls at them, and he gets the nail out, and he's looking at the nail, and you know it's coming. That's why they show you ahead of time.
Oh, that's why I close
He's
my eyes.
looking at the nail, and the bowling ball hits the nail and stabs him in the head.
Yep. Oh,
That's fucking great.
that was great.
And Josh didn't watch.
I did not.
he
I
was
knew
scared.
it was coming. I didn't want to see it.
The little girl thought it was great, and
She
you were
didn't get to
scared.
see it.
So then Santa saves Trudy, and he makes her close her eyes and sing a song while he smashes Candy Cane's head in.
To bits.
Yeah.
Candy Cane to bits.
Then we have the wife, the sister, and the teenager kill one of the bad guys together. And then they team up with Santa to save the husband and the grandma.
Right, because they were like, after the vault was, they figured out the vault was empty. They went up to try to figure out who had all the money.
That's where Jason revealed everything.
Yeah, I remember
And then
it's
he
like
showed them where he hid the money.
John Leguizamo's like, I'm just gonna start killing people at random.
Yeah.
And the little son, the little boy, Broody, what was that? What his name?
No.
It was something like that. It was something ridiculous. He goes, well, what about if you kill someone randomly that knows where the stash is?
Yeah.
And he's like, John Leguizamo's like, I fucking hate this family.
Right. So the bad guys escape with the money, but Santa goes after them on a sled, and he sleds into one of the bad guys to take his jet ski. And then Trudy's mom and Trudy's parents are fighting off this one bad guy, but the dad gets his ass kicked. And then her fucking mom stabs the guy with an icicle.
Yeah, dark.
And then makes out and then gets back together with her ex.
And that's where Trudy was like, my my Christmas wish worked.
Exactly.
Amazing.
So then Santa and Jimmy finally face off, and Jimmy finds his name on the naughty list, and he realizes Santa is real. Great moment there.
Yeah.
And what's great about
Tragic.
it is like you think maybe he's gonna read it, realize Santa's real, and then like
Change
be
his
remorseful
ways.
and change. But he's like, even more so, I hate you. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
This will be the last Christmas anybody ever has.
Yeah. So, God, this final fucking fight scene.
It was great.
They fight by a chimney. Jimmy stabs Santa a bunch. He's about to deliver a final blow. He says, by the way, the whole movie, Santa's trying to do the touch his nose to go up the chimney to escape, right? He tries it a bunch of times. Doesn't work. Because he stopped believing, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
So finally, Jimmy's about to kill Santa. He says, Christmas is dead. And then Santa says, not if you still believe. And then he touches his nose and he takes Jimmy up the chimney. But we see that Jimmy's struggling because Jimmy doesn't have the magic. Jimmy doesn't have the magic. So his body basically explodes up the chimney, and Santa's just like holding his like
torso.
And he's like, ah! That was fucking great. One thing you have to do in an action movie or something like that is you have to have a really cool final kill.
That would, well,
And
yeah.
it and it has
great.
to be original and impactful, and it has to be really fucking cool. And that was. I fucking loved it.
Yeah. Who hasn't fantasized of killing John Leguizamo that way?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, of course, you want to take him through a chimney. The chimney's too small.
And then my only real issue was then we have the head extractor guy who's not the main villain.
Sure.
John Leguizamo's the main villain. He shoots Santa off the chimney, but then Grandma Beverly D'Angelo shoots that guy in the head. It was just a weird moment to give her.
Right. How she finally becomes the triumphant, good guy.
The final kill should have been, she could have done that earlier if you want to give her that moment.
Sure.
The final kill should have been John Leguizamo up that chimney.
No, and
not just a bullet to the head.
And they could have done it differently too. Like if you still wanted the next scene where everyone's like, Santa finally passes out and dies.
Yeah.
But we have to believe to make Santa real. They could have done that when after John Leguizamo is dead and he's throws down his torso. He's like, and then he finally kills over because he's so tired. Yeah. And he was just,
he's also stabbed a bunch of times.
Brutal battle. Yeah. They could have done that just as easily.
Could have had the extractor shoot Santa before that.
Right.
Yeah. That's just my one little thing. It's not a huge deal or anything like that.
But it was weird to give her that moment. Like, why did she earn that moment?
So yeah, then Santa's laying there. He's dying, but Trudy's begging for him to not die, obviously. And it takes everyone that's there saying they believe in Santa Claus.
Even the sister Lightstone.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I believe.
And Santa opens his eyes and he's alive.
Yeah.
They also burned a bunch of money to keep him warm.
Right.
So that was interesting. Then the reindeer show up, but Santa yells at them for only coming back after it's safe. But then he realizes that the reindeer brought his spare sack so he could finish delivering presents. It's so great because he's yelling at the reindeer, and then he's like, I can't stay mad at you guys. Oh, it was great.
Not only that, but in the sack was also his hammer.
That's right, yeah.
And did you see that there was a note from Mrs. Claus?
Yes.
That was amazing.
What'd she say? You might need this?
I couldn't remember, but I thought it was a moment to like maybe Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus are going to get back together.
Well, no, they were still together.
I thought he said it was more than 1,000 years that they were apart.
No, he said we've been going on 1,100 years now.
Oh, well, I thought he meant that we'd been apart for
No.
Ah, okay. I
No.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's a different movie that Josh saw.
I saw the different, I saw
So
the
Santa
one where John
thinks-
Leguizamo was a good guy.
Santa thanks Trudy for giving him his ho 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 back, and I admit that was like a little. That was
the feels.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
It was.
And then he flies away to go finish Christmas, to go bring me my PS5. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Santa doesn't like that.
No. Heartfelt gifts like chess or banjos or bowling balls.
Right. There was a little mid-credit scene, but it was just that teenager like filming one of the dead fucking guys.
Right.
He was like, "Hey, Santa's real. Don't be a dick." All right. So it was fine. It was whatever.
So I did see a couple little trivia nuggets I thought were interesting. So this was written by the team that was responsible for Sonic the Hedgehog, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Okay.
So maybe a rated R Sonic someday.
Yeah, sure.
The other thing was, which I thought was kind of weird. So Morgan Steele, which was one of the Lightstone boyfriend.
Yeah.
He said he could have stopped the hijackers on 9/11 had
That's
he
right,
had
he
been
did.
aboard the plane.
Yes.
Which was something that Mark Wahlberg, of course, said, but apologized for.
Oh, that's right.
So I don't know if this was
right.
If this was a direct,
Probably. Of
line
course
to
it
this.
was. Of course it was.
I was like, when I read that, I was like, oh damn.
So this guy, Josh Miller, who wrote it, was one of the writers. He also did a 12 Deadly Days miniseries in 2016.
I don't know what that's about.
I mean, it's about people getting murdered on Christmas.
Oh. Oh shit! Yeah, Josh Miller and Pat Casey. Those are the two names that I read earlier and these
That
guys are
wrote
going to
the
do
Sonic.
Sonic 3. Damn, these guys got some range.
Yeah.
They can do a Deadly Santa movie and also a cute, fun little hedgehog movie.
Oh, that's funny. This guy, the director, Timothy Werkola, he did Dead Snow and Dead Snow 2, which are about zombie Nazis. I saw Dead Snow 2. It was pretty entertaining. It was about Nazi zombies. No, it was bad. But it was fun. It was one of those bad movies that you have fun laughing at. He also did a parody of Kill Bill.
Kill Bilgelo?
Kill Boljo.
Boljo? Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of like weird...
So this is his actual first movie?
Pretty much.
His first real movie? Interesting.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. David Harbour. Loved him. He was great in this movie.
This guy is amazing.
Yeah.
I can't believe it took for him to be like 50 to have a breakout role, from Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. How old is he? He's 47. All right. So Stranger Things. So maybe like early 40s for Stranger Things. This guy is amazing. I'm so glad he's coming back as Red Guardian.
Yeah.
In what is it called? Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah, he's fucking amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, there you go. Let's do some fan questions. Angie Piccone, holy hell, could you tell that was Beverly D'Angelo until you saw her in the credits?
That's what Andrew said.
I only knew she was in it because I saw that she was in it ahead of time, but when I saw her, I was like, oh my God.
When you told me who she was, like Clark Griswold's wife, I was like, oh shit. No, it did not look like her at all.
No.
Because I didn't recall the name when you said it. I was like,
Yeah.
who the fuck's that? And then, yeah.
The
crazy.
Rizzler said it was okay, but not nearly as good as Fat Man with Mel Gibson.
Oh, we didn't give what we had rated.
Okay, after this one.
Okay.
I never saw Fat Man. I actually wanted to. Mel Gibson plays Santa Claus, and it's kind of a similar movie, I think.
I didn't see Fat Man either.
He says, what Christmas movie one-liner stuck with you so far for your entire life? He says mine was The Shitters Fall from Christmas Vacation, which that's probably mine as well. I mean, Christmas Vacation is so fucking great. Merry Christmas! Shitters Fall!
I can't think of any. I'm sure there's some great ones from Jingle All the Way that probably I would remember if I could think of them.
Put that cookie down now!
No, there's got to be
Put that
another.
cookie, put that cookie. There's a remix online. It's great.
It's got to be another one. I can't think of them at the moment. So what?
I'm not a pervert. I'm just looking for Turbo Man doll. Now we got to do that one next week.
Maybe that's the one that stuck with me forever.
Yeah.
I'm not a pervert. Yeah.
All right. So you want to give your rating for the for a Christmas movie?
Okay, let's add the qualifier as a Christmas movie.
A 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Overall, I would give it a solid 8. But like for a Christmas movie, like that genre, it's a 9.
For a Christmas movie, this is one of the better Christmas movies that you're going to see. An action movie, really good, really fun. An adult version of Home Alone, which was kind of great.
Right.
I'd give it a 9. I'd say 9. Maybe a 7 as a real movie.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
St. Lopez, what is your favorite holiday horror movie? And for Josh, since we know he doesn't like horror, what's his favorite holiday movie? Well, your favorite holiday movie is your favorite movie.
That's right. It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, so we already knew that one. Favorite holiday... I wouldn't call this a horror movie.
There were so many violent deaths.
This is not...
I had to close my eyes so many times.
This is not
which
a horror
I qualify
movie.
as horror.
I don't consider this a horror movie.
Horror action. This is like
Action.
This is like the Predator.
Action, comedy, crime, thriller. It's not horror. It's really not. So I wouldn't consider that. My favorite holiday horror movie is Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Go see it. Evil turkey. Kills a bunch of college students. It's great.
Sounds dark.
Oh, no, it's hilarious.
Just like this movie, dark.
It's hilarious. It's fucking great. Rampager, if Violent Night 2 was made, what characters would you introduce? Rudolph, Mrs. Claus, Frosty, Easter Bunny, Krampus. That's right. He mentioned Rudolph.
He did mention
So where's
Rudolph.
Rudolph?
I don't know. Maybe he's back home or something like that.
It's like, oh, Rudolph never would shit on the roof.
He'd never do this shit.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Mrs. Claus, but I want to see his backstory. I want to know how he became Mr. Claus, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I'd love to know
Same
that.
here. Tim, not a movie question, but hey, Josh, I saw you posted your Spotify Wrapped and saw that Wet Ass Pussy was number 5. Care to explain?
I love
Is that real?
I love, yeah, that is
So
real.
you listened to Wet Ass Pussy? That was your 5th most listened song?
I love Cardi B. You know I love Cardi B, Andrew. Cardi B was like my number 3 artist. It was
like me.
Five Finger Death Punch.
You're like me when I was 10. I had a crush on Britney Spears, so I bought her album.
Yeah, I like
and then
Britney
I would
Spears
listen to her. But no, you're 37, almost 38, and you're listening to Cardi B's music because
It's
you have a
got
crush on her?
Well, no, she's a
This
good.
song sucks.
She's a good musician.
No, she's not.
There was a lot more of her.
She's not even a musician.
She was littered throughout my top 100 songs. Littered.
Number 5,
There was
Josh.
Cardi B everywhere.
Number 5.
Yeah. Wet
That's
Ass Pussy.
pathetic.
Great song. Yeah.
Pathetic.
Megan Thee Stallion's also on that record. Really good. Yeah, I think she was number 3 in my most listened artist. But number
How am I
1,
friends with this guy?
number 1 was
You
Five
have to
Finger
have
Death
shared
Punch
interests.
by so much.
Huh?
Number 1 was Five Finger Death Punch by so much. Cardi B was just number 3. I think Bob Seger was number 2.
Okay, I don't care. Vanguard 2, how long until Hollywood takes MJF and gives him his own Peacemaker-like show? You never know. It could happen.
Who could he play? Like seriously, if he was a superhero or a villain, he probably would be a villain.
I don't know. They've done everyone that I know. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of like a smart talking
Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he could be a Lex Luthor. That'd be kind of good.
Omar, I'd love to see Tim Allen or Arnold Schwarzenegger make Violent Night 2, and maybe there's a Council of Santas, and it turns into something like The Expendables, and they have to fuck up terrorists in the Middle East. What the fuck? Well, hold on. When was Arnold Santa?
He should.
Tim Allen was Santa, but
Well, Santa and Jingle All the Way, maybe?
no.
No.
Kyle,
But no, that sounds like an amazing movie. I would watch that.
Sure. Kyle Wheeler, who would win in a fight to the death? David Harbour Santa or Goldberg Santa from Santa's Sleigh? I think Harbour Santa because he's smarter.
Yeah.
Goldberg Santa is the bad guy. He's going to lose anyway.
And plus, he could wield the fuck out of a hammer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy knows his way around weapons.
And Goldberg sucks. Come on.
yeah, for real.
Pop Culture Junkie, what Christmas movie has the best soundtrack? For me, it's a tie between Home Alone and Christmas Vacation. I mean, yeah, those are both great.
I gotta say, Home Alone. That's more my speed. I was never a Christmas Vacation person. It was fun.
Of course,
it
you
was
wouldn't.
fun,
Of course.
but not great.
Of course, you wouldn't like that movie. It's too good.
Oh, of course.
Josh DeStefano says, Josh, say Irish wristwatch.
Iris wrist watch. Iris. Oh Lord. Irish wrist watch.
One more time.
Iris wrist.
There we go.
Iris.
Thank you, Josh DeStefano. It's hard to say for sure,
It
but
is. It's a tongue twister.
It's always great.
Twister. Tongue twister. Jesus.
yeah, you need a new tongue. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to our podcast wherever you're viewing us. Go check out our trailer reaction. for the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer.
That's right.
At Hollywood Hog Pod on TikTok or YouTube. And look, next week, I say we do Jingle All the Way.
Turbo Man.
The Turbo Man doll.
Yeah.
Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. Don't forget about Sinbad. Underrated Sinbad
For
in that
sure.
movie.
That was back before
he was
going
terrible,
postal was an actual thing.
I think it was after, but yeah. But it's a fun movie.
Very fun.
Very stupid, but also very fun.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to that kid.
Well, he was Anakin.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
It's working. He's a terrible kid actor, but there you go. Jingle All the Way. See you next week.